What's up, YouTube? It's crazy how when we get to talking about these illuminated ones or the Illuminati, how people really won't take it from someone who is one, who is an illuminated person. So let's just all right, see if you could bear with me here. I am not from this planet. I reincarnated into a corpse, or pretty much I reincarnated into a totally compromised vessel that has very little soul. I have just enough soul or heart, tifereth, whatever you want to call it, just enough to get me through this experience. Just enough heart essence or soul essence to get me past certain checkpoints. All right, let's expand on this a little bit. I know this might be hard for you to bear with me here. If you can look at it like this, my heart and soul are in the right place. They're just not here in this body. I'm on my way to my heart and my soul. I'm on my way. They're in the right place. It's just I don't have it right now in this transit. This manifestation, this lifetime, it's not here. I only have a shade of what could be of the whole. I only got a shade, and I'm basically here carrying the knowledge of self to myself through lifetimes, just carrying a torch. And I can look at my body, or Malkuth, if you want to call it that. Look at the body as the torch bearer or the vessel in which self and soul operates. Self will regulate soul, or your heart. Soul being the heart, pretty much. So I have just enough heart to get by certain people, or to connect with the people that I need to connect with. You got to look at it like, to really grasp this, you got to understand that when it comes to planets and family, there's no limits to this thing as far as your connections. I am an original universal being, or I'm a shade of one. This just happens to be a foreign planet to me. This planet is not ideal for my chemistry. We can look at this place like there was 13 original individuals. These original individuals have been fragmented into billions of people or pieces now. So all I'm doing is taking care of my family that is here, the relatives I do have that are here, and I'm doing what I can each day to return this planet to its natural order, to its natural inhabitants. So the reason anyone would do that, because again, with this extended family thing, we got to look at it like, okay, the original individuals here that are the original inhabitants of this place, everything is related, and the pieces of them or shades of them, which you would call a person or a persona, people, are riddled throughout the universe, because again, we have fragmentation going on here. So their relatives, or basically a piece of them, are on a planet or a place, a plane, net, where I'm in tune with that planet. That's my planet. And you got to realize that I had those people, I guess you could say it's relatives, extended relatives that live there, and they are foreign to that planet. And they are helping me in that lifetime when I need it. We're helping each other. We're helping self find out all the expanding experience, expanding perspective. Because again, if you expand energy, the more energy you have, the energy has to be embodied. Everything is a wavelength. So the more shades that you have, the more experiences you have, and then again, you have growth in that sense. Most people are afraid of the contraction end of expansion, but it's just a part of the gradual growth is happening here. So you got to look at it like, I'm basically here pretty much being a caretaker for the family that I do have here, left here. And I'm going through a reciprocity process with the originals here. So that's why I tell people these things. And I try to let people know, as far as vampires are concerned, what a leech or a parasite is, what these things are. Because I know firsthand. I know what we're dealing with here. You don't limit yourself to this one plane, this one planet or planet. You can't limit yourself to that. You got to understand your infinity. So once you understand that, then you realize what we're dealing with here. And then you can realize how someone has been sucking, or some things have been sucking our blood for eons. And they will continue to do it as they harvest our children. Another reason why, for certain people on this plane, having children is one of the worst things that they could do. You got to look at it like this. If you have a heart or a soul, right? If you have that, then the heart itself has desires. Since the heart has desires, and again, since the heart itself has desires, it's something that needs to be respected and acknowledged. So if a person doesn't have a heart or soul, whatever, the same thing. If they don't have that, or very little of that, the only thing that could regulate that vessel would be the true self or the body, because there's no soul in the body, or very little soul essence in the body. So you have someone who's extremely in their mind, an observer pretty much just observing life on this planet, because they're not of this planet, they're just here, viewing it through sound or vibration, persona, same thing. It's what that literally means. So it means through sound, through vibration. We're experiencing vibration. So since there is no soul there, you got to look at it like this. When it comes to empathy and emanation of emotion, some people have no ability to feel certain ways. They can empathize and they can reflect it. They can reflect being human in a given moment. They can reflect love and all those things. Like me, I reflect these things, but they don't truly emanate from me, because I am not human. I'm not even, as far as the universal being that I am, I'm only a shade in this phase right here. There's only a shade of the whole me. And when I say me, I mean it on all levels too, because me is the body. So a universal being at their full potential will be godlike in the physical way. They'll be very light-hearted, because their soul, they have their full essence. They'll be light-hearted. They'll be lighter than the feather of Ma'at. And they will know their true self. They will be their true self. So everything that isn't that is just a shade of that. You know, or you could say a reflection. You know, let us make man in our image. However you want to look at it. So since my heart's not for me on this place, I have just enough heart and I've given it out. Other people have it. And they're living off the passion. I basically am passionless in this life. No passion. My passion is not having a passion, basically. I'm basically giving all the bits and pieces of my heart that I have in this place. What little I had, I give it out so that others can feast off it and experience that. You know, that essence. This right now, what you're getting right now is a piece of my heart. So like that's what you're getting, a piece of my soul, what little I have left in this body. So you got to know, as far as eternity, I'm eternally yours. Eternally. I'm eternally yours. We are forever connected. But I'm taking it back. I'm on my way back to the whole. And physically, this will be embodied in different ways, different changes and different phases as I live eternally. And those that have the opportunity to observe me will see the changes in my physical, because it will come from the non-visible and manifest into the physical. And that's the last step. So you'll see me in different phases die. I just recently died not too long ago. So in different pieces are coming back to the whole puzzle to show you the whole image. And I wouldn't have been able to do these things. I would have been tripped up a long time ago if I had my own personal passions and desires. But I had to jump into this life and trick myself, basically, and lie to myself almost, to the point where I believed I was human with these desires, to where I could feel the suffering. Because again, I have the ability to empathize and feel gratitude in these things that people give off, but it doesn't emanate from me. If it does, it's just not to that capacity, because I have very little essence in this body. I'm totally self and body, not much heart or soul. So there's many of us like this on this place. And you have to understand what you're seeing when you see certain things out of people. I'm not telling people about vampires to frighten them. I'm telling them to basically snitch on my own, pretty much. To let you know. How do you think I know? So anyway, man, this is a long video. I just wanted to get into that. I just wanted to let people know as far as like what is really going on. And as far as having children and continually going through these cycles. And where your heart is. Your heart is always in the right place. You just have to go to that place. And again, thoughts are places. So once you reach a certain junction, once you get to that spot in space, the thought needed, or whatever thought that you have to let go of, you will have your opportunity right there. And every step you take away from being yourself in a moment is a step from becoming what you could be. Your true potential, your true self, your whole you. So I'm leaving it there because it's getting so long.